Yo, what's going on, guys? Richard Sticker. What's going on tonight? Rob will not be here. He had some other engagements with work, so we have a special guest, and I'll bring him on here shortly. If he's ready, give the thumbs up if you're ready. All right, let's bring him on.
Yo,
What's going
yo.
on? How you doing?
Pretty good. How we doing, dude?
Good. Sorry for the last minute bring on. That was kind of crazy.
Very cool. I feel like I invited myself in last minute with like 10 minutes to go.
I mean, I was all ready and set. I was like, I guess I'm doing it alone tonight, I was like, but I mean, hey, the more the merrier. So I'm happy you're here.
For sure, dude.
I
If
I know
you're feeling it later
everybody
on, feel free to kick
everybody
me out.
loves to hear what you have to say. So,
Yeah, we'll see about that.
well, I mean, the comments were great last time, so they like your
Cool.
knowledge.
Cool.
Silverman, what's going on? Schwartz Gaming, JL, Daniel, what's going on? Normally I always ask Rob, what has he picked up? I'm sure you've picked something up. Anything of recent?
I know. So I just thought about it like 30 seconds ago. And earlier today, I got a couple new shard 10s in from a recent order. Bought a couple. I posted that Fate on my page. But I literally like scanned them, put them in the, suitcase or whatever that I keep the set in, and
Okay.
put them away. But yeah, so now this week got Fate Crystal Shard 10, and then the Caster Shard 10 that everybody made fun of me for paying the grand for last week. But I still feel great about it. I haven't seen Caster 10 in a minute, so it was good to check it. Good
Now,
to check
what
this box
remind
off.
me, what did you pay for that?
So I paid 1K for it. It's one of those instances where it's somebody that I bought from before, and
Mm-hmm.
the Fate 10 that I added, they kind of like hit me up randomly after I posted that post in the Facebook group toward the end of last week. So made a deal for the Fate, and then showed me a couple of remainders that he had, and I saw Caster. I still need Caster. So I was probably like a little lower on that, maybe around like the 800 range, but I know his pop isn't terribly high. And epics, for some reason, the 10s just aren't as prominent as I thought they would be. So ended up settling on that for 1K. That's where he felt comfortable. So figured the couple hundred, you know,
I mean,
what's
I think
couple
that
hundred
makes
bucks land
sense
in need, you know?
because I feel like Cash is going to be somebody's PC. I feel like any Fortnite card is going to be somebody's PC.
Yeah.
And someone asked me today, I won't say who, but I have the PSA 10 hunting rifle shard, and
Beautiful.
someone asked me today, like, hey, what would be a reasonable price that you'd sell that at? And I was like, it's my PC card. Even though I could use some cash right now to do some things, I was like, I can't really go under 1,200 because it's a PC card, and
Oh,
that's for a hunting rifle.
so that's actually one of the ones that I hit in a recent bulk. It was a Kraken resub for all the
Mhm.
PSA haters out there. Um, but agree, like hard to find. I think I've only seen like one more of those out there in the group, and it was basically not for sale. So to your point, totally agree with it. If you want to keep it, good, and it's a low pop to begin with, so why not?
Yeah, so I don't. I mean, for any Series One USA shard, especially in a 10, it's kind of like, where does the price land there? It's like whatever they're willing. I don't really want to lose the card. Like, I would only, if I needed cash, that's the only reason I'd sell it. Like,
Yep,
otherwise, I want to keep it. And then, like, it has to be enough cash to make it worthwhile.
agree.
So,
Plus, it's an uncommon, so like you don't know how many are out there with the print defect that are gonna
mhm.
take the 10 pop down a little bit.
Oh, you mean from people handling it? It's like, oh, I got it uncommon.
Well, no, just like the how the set from like the 101s to the 200s,
Hmm.
you run into that risk of like the I feel like it's a 30% chance that they have like the surface defect where it has like that indent on the front,
Hmm.
and hunting rifle falls into the top card.
Yeah,
So who knows how many are out there with, that on it as well.
the Archery 10. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure where I was with my valuation, but like even at 1,200, I didn't really want to sell. That was like my rock bottom price. It's
Yeah.
like,
No, I
I mean,
feel it.
so
I
my,
feel it.
my other 10 shards that I sold were in like the 3K range. And I mean, I feel like any good USA shard should be there. And any bad one, probably in the 1K range. So I think you're fine. I honestly do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay it, but it's not a PC card. I think for someone whose PC it is, they would easily pay that, and that's not going to be enough for it to matter. So I think it's smart.
Agree.
And then
I think the Shard 10 floor is a good discussion to have at some point. Just like what should the cheapest Series 1 USA Shard 10 go for? Like
mhm.
you just said 1K. Right now it feels like marketing into account, like maybe like 500 could be that number. But we've seen a couple go for like, 300, 400. Personally, I think like good deal. Like if there were any needs that I have left and they weren't like, you know, big names by any means, like I would still pay 500 easy for those, I think.
Like Mothmando is 1K. So like it's kind of hard to talk about like right now, like because right now prices like I think like Caster, I think there's gonna be someone's like main PC card, but not till like the market fully blows up and we have a whole lot of people who love the game are in it because you know what I mean. Because like Caster is not one of like the heavily used skins, so you really need the hobby to blow up. Where like skins like I don't know Skull Trooper, I mean you already have fans of him in it, so that's different. Mothmando is probably another one of those that would be in like that 500 range probably. That's what I would think anyway. I don't know anybody that's been unless like you need it for a set. I mean, 10s are different because I know there's a lot of 10 set collectors. Like, would you pay 1,000 for Mothman?
That's kind of like the other factor too. It's like, well, I feel like I could see Mothman for like if I needed Mothmando right now and nobody was selling and it took like 1K minimum to get him, like I'd probably pay that. But I feel like if you auction him right now, I could see him going for like 500, 600. So I think a lot of these are like dependent upon who wants what, when, and how willing is the seller to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
No, I think it's a good discussion. Real quick, I didn't pick up anything crazy like you for 10s, but I did finally get one of these. And for those who don't know, this is a Virgin Foundation comic. So these are limited. I actually haven't even opened it to see. I can't remember how much they're limited.
Oh,
so I was gonna. So this is what I've been watching for a while. People have talked about this. It's I believe it's German. And it should say, oh yeah. So I think this is where it says on the back, like how many is that? How many were printed right there? Somebody knows, let me know. So they're pretty rare for comic wise, and this is one I wanted pretty bad, just because it's a virgin copy. Like I'm not gonna like read it or anything like that, but I will grade it. So really excited about that. And I think there's some more on eBay. It wasn't expensive at all, so one of those under the radar purchases for me. And then I had some other cool stuff to show off that I showed off on Instagram and stuff like that, and on the Facebook group. I always thought this was tight, so I got into like one of these little protectors just to keep it nice and fresh, and I really like it. So I just thought it'd be a good time to show you guys.
That's dope.
And then I have this oversized card that's hollow. And I don't know, you know PSA very well. People said they grade oversized cards. I'm not sure if it's worth grading or not, but it's pretty cool. So those are the only things I had to share for what I've picked up. Sticker says current economy is tough. Don't see it getting better anytime soon either. Yeah, and so like that's why in the Facebook group a lot of people have talked about prices and about like how people are like listing stuff and like how people are listing. Like I think even you said this, Shardnock, you're talking about like how people are listing like hollows versus hollow foils and like how they need to correct it. And my stance is I don't really care if they do. I think that Fortnite is a long-term thing, and like the more people who mistype it and stuff like that, the better for us. So like I know a lot of people are talking about we need this, we need them to not list things at the same time. I think that keeps prices low, and I think that's what we actually want because we're here early. Like I don't think people realize how early we are. And I know you were talking a bit about that.
Yeah, I agree. So I was talking. Yeah, so I was talking to somebody about this earlier today, and it's like I feel like you have a lot of people in the group who are like I'm here to collect for the long term. I'm in it for the 10-year haul, but like a lot of those same people, I feel like are monitoring like every single like current comp, and it's like if this card sells for 250 and it normally sells for 500, like that's bad. But then the next sale, if it goes for 600, like oh, it's great. Like now we're on the uptick, but like I feel like it's probably like better practice to just convince yourself that you can like numb yourself from like those short-term trends, because this stuff is going to be volatile, especially when you start talking with like the Series 1 stuff where it's like, I think the Sparkle specialist, I feel like I brought this example up before, but we saw the 10 sell for like, 1,200 2 months ago. And shortly after that, somebody sent a 9 to auction and it went for like 250 or something like that. It felt extremely cheap. And I was talking to a couple of people at the time, and I was like, if I would have known that those people who had said that they wanted one were not going to bid on it, I would have just bid on it myself, won it for like 275 and thrown it up for like 500, buy it now. And then saw like a month later, someone posted a 9 at like 450 or something, buy it now, right away. So like you kind of have to have the confidence of, I know like what I have and what I'm looking at, and I'm not going to be deterred by, like, because the community is still so small and like the buyer pool hasn't like gotten to the point where we can consistently and then like work comps to keep like trending at the same trend line over time. We're going to see those types of things. So it's one of those things where it's like it's hard to be patient or anything. This is something where like if you feel confident about it, I feel like you have to like not be affected by those short-term sales and just say like, I believe in this long-term, long-term. It doesn't matter what it does for the next, few months, few years, etc.
Yeah, and it's a sticky conversation
Yeah,
for people
exactly.
who are like
Sticker. Totally
investors.
agree.
Yeah, it's for the ones who are like investors. It's really sticky. I get like they're like constantly watching it, but I do agree it's kind of like watching stocks every day. Um, for me, for collecting, like it's easier because
Yeah.
even if it goes to zero, I'm still happy. So I'm like one of those few that isn't. I know why I'm not
Agree.
worried about it, but I get it for the people who are investing in it and they're watching it. But at the same time, I do believe in it as an investment, right? Not investment advice, of course, but I do believe in the potential of it, and the rarity of it. So I think long term, you don't have to worry and you don't need to watch the prices. I also like what JL said, that it's a big deep, a big deep dip. You know what I mean? So I don't think like at first when it dipped, I think people were rushing in buying what they could. We didn't see USA shards for over a year almost, pretty much. Like nothing popped up on eBay. I remember there was a time where it was just Italy popping up on eBay, and even that was rare. Like a Ghoul Trooper shard Italy was rare popping up on eBay, and when it did, it was like $500, right? So
Yep.
then once they all started coming and at
Mm-hmm.
cheaper prices, people were rushing in, and I don't think people realized that it's going to be a longer downtrend probably, or at least it's stabilizing maybe
Yeah, for
at a
sure.
lower end until later. So I mean, I
And I
like it.
think,
I want to get my
yeah,
money
for
up so I
sure.
can buy more slowly. So dollar cost averaging, yeah,
Best thing is
exactly.
like, you know, if these were worthless, like if these were worthless, I I can admit that I wouldn't have anywhere near like the amount of interest that I have now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but like the it's just like I feel like it really bounces off like the scarcity of the whole play. Like there's no other card segment out there that I know of where the first ever series that was released, it's such a simple set, having like base and a couple parallels, but like that
Mm-hmm.
rarest parallel is like extremely scarce. So it's just one of those things where I feel like it's hard to like see it in the moment because we're still so small. Like as time passes, it's just such a popular game. There's no chance that it doesn't keep growing in terms of entry, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's always going to build off like that. Roughly estimated, on USA Series 1 shard to kind of build the foundation of it. So yeah, like I think it's just kind of goes back to what I was saying before. I feel like I'm just like talking on about it, but like you really just have to have the confidence in it. Like if you believe in it now, you have to have the confidence that you can sit on it, and over time it will prove that you are correct in having your money staked into this.
So I do have some stuff to share. That some stuff I found for some of the people who aren't just collecting cards and stuff like that. Let me see if. But before I get into that, everyone knows about the Black Knight auction. I know Shardnag, you were a little disappointed in how it went. he told me to stop bragging that I got the number right.
I know. I was disappointed at first, but after thinking about like it's the first like true cash sale, you can kind of like back into being like an acceptable comp.
Mm-hmm.
So, I understand like everybody with like the glass half full approach to it, but it would have been nice to see it sell for a little more, but it's still like, relatively very strong for being just what, a little over 4 years in.
Mm-hmm. I mean, only 3 years worth of sets too. So I found this article here, and I don't know if anybody knows
Yeah.
Ken Alsep. Do you know him? Anybody know him? And the reason why I asked if anybody knows him is because this guy
I don't
has a
know.
lot of information that I didn't think was common knowledge outside of this YouTube show and the Facebook group. I did a search, and he's not in the Facebook group. But the reason I say that is because I read the article, and basically he mentions the 50K value trade in cash. He mentions Italy versus USA shards in this article. Um, so he seems very knowledgeable about what's gone down. So I thought that was interesting, and that's outside the Facebook group. So which means the hobby has to be bigger than what we think. So I hear he says another 2019 Shard Black Knight rated a BGS 9.5, sold in a private deal for a reported 55,000. So like, besides us in the group, so I don't know who wrote this article. You know what I mean? I thought that was interesting. I didn't think that would make it into an article. So that was kind of interesting to see.
Is that like a big website? I think I've never heard of it, but I also
PC
don't venture into
games.
PC games.
Yeah, I don't know how big of a website it is. It popped up on a really quick search, right? So it was pretty high in the Google search listings.
Okay.
So it's just
Right.
interesting. It was easy for me to find. It's not like it took me like several pages to find this. I did a quick search and I found it. Obviously, they have a crap ton of ads, right? So
Yeah, like
it
at
must
least
get
it's
some
getting
kind
out
of
there.
hits. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
That's just something to think about. Some other things I found, and this is what we talked about last week, is I was looking for, we were talking about comics and how kids these days actually read mangas and anime a lot. So I said, what if you had the first Fortnite manga? And it does exist. I found it. I haven't bought it yet. It came with the Koro cards, and I don't know which issue yet. And it has like the 2020 Epic Games logo right here, down here. Has Peely in anime style, and inside you can see it's black and white, and it has like wild card, meow skulls, and stuff like that in it. So this is technically a manga, I guess. So I mean, I'm interested. I haven't grabbed it yet. He's got the what do you call it? Not flintlock, the flare gun, and so it's just pretty cool collectible here. I haven't bought it yet, so.
Okay.
You said the first manga was in 2019, Koro, not this one?
Is
This
it
was
expensive?
a Koro. Do you know what month, JT? And is it on the cover? Because I really like this cover, so I'm gonna get it regardless if this isn't the first one. This is the one that I found. Yes, that Rob is not JT. No, he's not. Oh, I didn't even see him there too. JT stopped by Rob's place. It's just something cool. Yeah, I don't know if it's the first one. It's the one I found. If JT replies, I'm gonna try to get the first one too. But I'm definitely interested in trying to get it. This I didn't buy this copy because obviously it looks damaged, so I'm looking for like a clean one. Because I think they will grade,
Yeah,
just like they grade
warped.
anything. I think they're gonna grade mangas in the future. Yeah, it was inside, not the cover. See, JT, that's the one that I remembered, and in my search, I found this one. And then it had like, so maybe this one's newer. Well, it says 2020, so I guess it is newer. So I don't know. I just thought it was really cool because of the cover, and then it had more comic on the inside. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get these if I can. I still think that like print media wise, the comics are the best, and then I think Game Informer would be next, but I think this would be a really cool collectible to have. The Japanese Koro stuff is just so cool for Fortnite. All right, now I'm gonna get into some weird stuff for you guys, just because Rob's not here to yell at me. I don't know if anybody's bought this stuff, but I logged in today to check out to see what kind of products.
Bro, is that Fortnite makeup?
This is Fortnite makeup, and it's sold out of some things already. So I grabbed a couple pieces. I'm not gonna lie. I have 5 girls, right? So, but one of the things I wanted to grab was this mask headband. Looks like a scrunchie kind of thing. It sold out quick. Like, I mean fast. Like, in a few hours. And I don't know if anything else of Peely that you can wear. I just thought this is kind of cool. I'm not saying this is a collectible or anything like that, guys. I just thought I'd share. I got it. I got these 3 up here. But I have girls, and all my girls like, I want this one, I want this one, I want this one. So I grabbed a couple just to see. I doubt this will do anything crazy collectible-wise, but it was still fun and interesting to see them branch out. And it made me think, it said, if they're branching all the way out to makeup, there's no way they're not going to go back to cards. I just don't foresee it. You know what I mean? They're just... why would they say no to cards in the future when they're going all the way out to makeup? This is definitely not investment advice, Wayne. Unless you need a new face, then, invest in yourself, It may look good on me for Halloween, but don't tell Rob. He'll be mad at me when I dress up as Peely next time. So once I did this, I was like, well, what about all the other merch? So I'll just show you guys some of the other merch that's out there. You're breaking up a little bit, Sharon. He said, yes, great investment advice. He said, that can look great on Dylan.
Wu-Tang bro, Jesus Christ.
So these are all the Wu-Tang shirts, because they did a Wu-Tang collab in-game. I honestly think this merch does not look great, personally. But the merch I do think, and some people are going to be mad at me, the merch that does look tight is some of this merch here. It's a little bit more expensive. I haven't grabbed any of this stuff, but I thought these were really, really cool. Let's do the artwork tee. Got Cuddle Team Leader.
Is it a black rubber ducky?
Yeah, the rubber ducky is expensive. I'll show it off here. $35 for a rubber duck. But it might look nice on my shelf behind me. It's pretty cool. It's $35 for a rubber duck, but
you gotta break that for $35.
I mean, it might look cool on my shelf. It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, they have some other cool. I was looking at this too, because you guys know I'm always drinking coffee and stuff. It says Fortnite on this cup, but it's $75 for a tumbler. And I told my wife about this. She goes, "Oh yeah, get the tumbler," because she buys like tumblers all the time. I'm like, $75 for a cardboard, easy. $75 for a cup, I don't know. That one's a little bit out of my wheelhouse. This is a perfect time to talk about, you're awesome. Let's go ahead to FortniteCards.com.
$25.
You also how expensive those t-shirts are, but if you come here, we've got RTs, to rep the brand for High Ground, Escape the Loop, him tag. If you guys want to support us, I appreciate that. Thank you, Sticker. Appreciate you.
Hey, Dylan, real quick. Am I cutting in and out on this?
Yeah, you are. You are cutting in and out a little bit.
Fuck.
I don't know if you want to leave and come back.
Let me exit out real quick, and then I'm just gonna hop back in.
Sounds good. Appreciate you, Sticker. Did it come? Hopefully it arrived already. Wayne, you're buying this makeup. You should buy the makeup. I'm all for it. I don't know who collects makeup. I'm sure somebody does. Let me see, which article is this? I haven't read that one yet. All right, here's some other cool stuff while Charlotte's trying to get back in here. Again, not investment advice, but every time I find something, I like to show you guys so y'all can make the decision for yourselves. I found these limited edition snowboards. What's cool is it has the foundation. I'm not a snowboarder, but you guys do know I have an Aura skateboard on my wall. So I did kind of think about this a little bit, but $500 just to put it on my wall, I thought I couldn't. Um, but let me. There's a there's a couple of skins here. You got Raven, which is pretty cool. They're pretty expensive. I know nothing about snowboarding. I don't know if 575 is expensive, but it's a limited edition pre-order for those guys who like to collect those kinds of things. Yes, Wayne, get you some high ground. I'll post a link in the Facebook group. I can for sure. I'll post it here too if you guys want to take a look. I'm trying to cook up some other stuff, but right now we're just sticking with the logo tee for now. So yeah, these are pretty cool. I know I was looking through all this content, trying. Dang, I really wish some more Fortnite cards would come out. It's kind of like counting down the days until we get more releases. But luckily, Fortnite is branching out to all these different things, and I can always find something that's interesting, even if it's not as good as potential as Fortnite cards. It is the first edition tee. That is correct. I have other tee designs in the making for the future. So hopefully some hoodies too. I'm a big hoodie person, but those probably won't come till later. We get closer to like cooler weather. But for now, I'm gonna be rocking mine at the National. Maybe I'll bring some in case some people are there too. So while Shardnock's still trying to get back in, he might need a new. Okay, he's rebooting his stuff. I was looking at some articles. We talked about the movies. I did want to go over what Donald Mustard said one more time because I thought it was pretty interesting. They kept asking him about the movie, and he says that he wants to do stuff that's authentic and tells a great story. It's not something they're working on right now, but he said he's not saying it won't ever happen. He's saying he knows exactly what the story would be. It's just not the focus right now, just because he doesn't have time, just because of what they're actually working on. He also went in and said that a Fortnite movie gets greenlit by any studio in a second. So like anything Fortnite gets greenlit pretty much. Like everyone's like at their door trying to do stuff with them. Fortnite's just that big and it's that relevant. So a movie in the future is extremely easy for them, which I thought was great news. And great. I think it's also great news that it hasn't happened. It's not going to happen. So keep that in mind. I think it's coming. It's just going to be a few years. And with the downtrend, I think it's a perfect time to stock up on your collectibles. They were about to work on a movie, but COVID messed it up. I mean, and they also said it's just like not their focus right now. They're doing so much stuff, right? So I can understand that. And they don't necessarily have to do it. This other article that I was going to read before I jumped on, where did it go? Was it this one? I might have lost the article. Nonetheless, there was this other article that was talking about the metaverse, and we talked about this all the time, but they're basically saying that Fortnite is really reaching out to be part of the metaverse and is the next big thing. I have to find the article again because I lost it, but it was something very interesting. And yeah, I mean, a series too. They could do a series of movies. I think that's all going to come down, but right now they just don't have the time. But they have the time to do makeup. So hopefully they have the time to do cards still. Yeah, and so that was kind of like the whole theme of this episode that I wanted to bring up is like their approach to it. So like he's not saying they won't ever do a movie. He's just saying they don't have time right now because there's so much they're doing, which is crazy, right? Because they've been out for 5 years. They're still hugely popular. So they don't have time to work on a movie. And even though movies like Mario brought in $1 billion, but they're too busy to work on a movie. I mean, that just shows like how much potential the things they're working on has. If it beats out $1 billion, the makeup is where the money is. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like they did makeup, so like What about? I mean, how can they not be doing? How can they not be doing more cards? It doesn't. It doesn't make sense to me. So I think we just have to wait and see. JL and Wayne, what kind of hats do you guys like? Y'all like bucket hats? Y'all like um, what does Rob wear? The freak, I'm forgetting. Like Lids does. What kind of hats? Let me know. I'll pass it on to Rob. Rob's the hat guy, so it has to go through him. I don't wear hats. Am I down to 1v1 on Fortnite right now? Right this second, probably not because I'm streaming. But I'll 1v1 you on the stream. I'm always up to play people. I played some people on here earlier. I just asked that if you guys join my lobby, not to be super toxic to the people I'm playing with. I had one of you guys join and you were talking all this trash, and then I eliminated you and you left right away. So just don't be super toxic if you join the chat. But Inky Brett is pretty sweaty. I've played with him before. Yeah, Rob works in a little bit into that kind of like category for like movies and stuff like that. So I think he's dealing a little bit with the writer's strike. So yeah, I get it. I get it. I don't know if that. I don't think that's affecting. I doubt that's affecting Epic Games that much. I mean, one of the people, because for the comics they're dealing with that, and one of the people who is tweeting about this all the time is the part like Christos Gage. He tweets about the writer's strike all the time, and he's the one who works on the Fortnite comics. I'm pretty sure that he would probably work on the movie too. I don't see why not. Put you on blast like that. You lost connection.
Hey, Dylan, bro. There's like, hey, Dylan, there's like something going on my computer. I just rebooted it and it's still like spotty as shit. So I feel like I'm just gonna like log off and pop into the chat or something like that. Try to figure this out.
That sounds good.
What's going on?
I appreciate you stopping by, Shardnock. I appreciate it. You work in the industry too? A dope hat like Rob always wears. Yeah, Rob is definitely going to be picking the hats. He's very specific about his hats, so like it has to be the right brand. So when we do that, that'll definitely come. But it's good to see there's people who are interested in it. I'll let him know. Who put you on blast? I didn't put you on blast, Daniel. You lost connection. Sticker, what do you do in the industry? You work in like the writing industry or like the entertainment industry? I beat you to the question, JL. Sorry. So while Shardnock's trying to get into the chat, what's up, AKA Bob? When I was streaming the other day, I did have some questions for some people in the chat, and I thought it'd be fun discussion here because I was gonna have a Shardnock disagree with me in person, but what do you guys? I have a question for you. What would you rather do? Would you rather pick up a Black Knight base USA card if you had the decision, or would you rather have a USA prototype of a release skin? So there's some skins that are for prototypes that were unreleased. So like, let's say Renegade Raider. And then there's some that were in the actual set that were prototypes. So which one would y'all rather have? Yeah, but I'm not doing hunting rifle. I'm doing a better one. Would y'all rather have a Bullseye or a Black Knight base? I'm just interested. I thought it'd be a good discussion. Inky says prototype. Obviously, prototype, hands down. See? When I was streaming, people were yelling at me saying, Black Knight base, Black Knight base. And I just wanted to make sure because I'm not a big Black Knight guy. I know his potential. I just think that some of the prototypes are harder to get, and I just thought they were more interesting than a Black Knight base. Now, I'm not talking about the shards. Like, the shards are completely different. I'm not changing the question for my benefit. Is you were stuck on the card, so I changed it. I don't collect this one too much. You know, it's not crazy. My original question was, would you rather have a prototype hunting rifle, which is a PC of mine, or would you rather have a Black Knight base? That was the original question. But then I pulled out this one. The reason I pulled out this one is because I'm not giving my hunting rifle away. I do plan to give this away in the for the YouTubers here. So for those people who support the show, once we hit 1,000, I'm giving this away. That's why I was asking the question. See, JT said he'll take a proto over a shard. Wow. Once we hit 1,000, Inky Bruh, I'm giving this card away. Unless you guys think a Black Knight base is better. If y'all think that, then I'll switch it up. You know, if Richard thinks that a Black Knight triples the hunting rifle in value. All right, well, let's ask this question. Would you guys rather have a prototype hunting rifle or a Black Knight base? Let me ask that question. Since Richard is stuck on the hunting rifle thing. You said you'll start training your duck for that proto race. Once we do the proto giveaway, and I think we're gonna get there pretty fast because I've been putting out a whole bunch of shorts and stuff, and like today I got 10 new subscribers, so I'm gonna try to get to 1,000 quickly, before the end of the year, hopefully. So a prototype is definitely gonna be going. See, Inky Breast says he'd rather have the hunting rifle prototype than a Black Knight base. How far away are you from 1K subs, aka Bob? Black Ash, what's going on? I know Black Ash is with me. Prototypes all day, right? They definitely are. You said you've given up. Done a lot of giveaways. Ooh, would you take a Bullseye Shard PSA 10 or Bullseye Prototype any grade? I think the Series 1 Shards beat the Prototype released versions, but I'm obviously not the unreleased versions. Like, I think the unreleased versions could beat a Shard from Series 1 USA, but I do think the Shard version of it beats it just because of the Shards being very rare too, but also looking much better. So I think the Shards have them beat on that. I would take the Prototype over a Holo though. I definitely think it beats a Holo. Hey, you can't speak for them, Richard. They're not here. They're not here to defend themselves. He said he said BGS perfect 10 since any grade, you said. I don't know. I thought it was an interesting discussion. I know there's a lot of people, and I wouldn't be mad at you, JT. I really wouldn't be mad. Yeah, I would not be mad if you took the prototype over the shard. I think it could go either way. I think the prototypes are more rare, but the shards are very rare and look better. So it's kind of different. What do you mean hollow? I changed to Black Knight. See, this is my thing though. Like you've got Shard paying $1,000 for caster, right? So once you find someone who loves the hunting rifle more than me, they're gonna be willing to spend more on that prototype hunting rifle than they are a Black Knight base. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, the unreleased prototypes. So the best way to tell if it's a prototype is that the logo is transparent right here. So it's white with a transparent logo. That's how you tell if it's a prototype. All the prototypes are unreleased, pretty much. I feel you, Wayne. Give you the Pop 7 all day. Now, but like once you talk about PSA 10, some of them are going to be Pop 7. Like if we look at the Pop report, some of them may only get to Pop 10. So a Pop 10 shard versus a prototype, I mean, it could go either way. I think Series 3 doesn't count, right? There's way too many, but we're talking about Series 1 shards here. You would take a near mint hollow Black Knight over a prototype. That's interesting. I wouldn't, but I wouldn't take a base one either. I think the prototypes beat the hollows, to be honest. That's true, and I'm not saying all the prototypes. Not all of them. I don't think like I think the hunting rifle is a good one. Um I think bullseye is a good one. There's a lot of good prototypes. There's a lot of bad ones too. Like if there was a moisty prototype, for instance, that one I'd rather take a Black Knight base. I'm just kidding. Just mess with you, Richard. Yeah, unreleased skins beat shards. I have to say, just because there's no way else to get the card, and since Panini no longer is printing the cards, even if we get cards again, they're not going to look like this. They're not going to copy the design the same way. So the unreleased ones are like a gold mine, in my opinion. But this is not investment advice. Collect what you like. Don't spend what you can't afford. I did not spend money on any prototypes ever. Just so y'all know, I am not invested in prototypes. My camera won't focus on me. See, investment wise, give the Black Knight base over the Moisty prototype. Why is my camera not focusing? Focus. I don't know what happened here. There we go. I don't know, because like at the height of it, a Black Knight base was $800. At the height of the hobby, Black Knight base was $800 USA. Prototypes at the very low of the hobby are going for about 1,000, if I'm correct for USA. So it's kind of hard to say investment wise which one would be better. There's a good amount of Black Knight base, and actually I should probably look it up. Black Knight base have taken the biggest hit price wise. I mean, they've gotten to a good like floor, but base wise, they went from 800 down to I think around 100. Seen a good amount around $100. Maybe Wayne knows more. He has a big Black Knight collection. So Black Knight base, there's 489 Black Knight base cards. That's right. You can buy a clean Black Knight base for $100. There's 489 graded. There's a bunch ungraded. At that point, I'm almost saying any prototype. I agree. Any prototype over Black Knight base. As investment, I think that makes sense. Not investment advice, but I think that makes sense. At the same time, I agree. I'm loving the Black Knight base price too. Like, this is not a crap ton. For this to be the base card print run, it's still pretty crazy. If you look at sports and Pokemon and stuff like that, that's pretty insane. But compared to the prototypes, it's huge. Now, now who's changing the discussion? You said I was changing the discussion? You said I was changing the discussion. You talking about loading screens. No, I would not take a loading screen. Actually, over a Black Knight base. I probably wouldn't. I have one though. So here's a loading screen of the booty here. And Dire. Technically, I guess this is a Dire prototype. I don't know. The story behind the prototypes is pretty crazy. And as a collector, the story means something, when you're talking base cards, it's just a Black Knight base card. The hollow, I might take a Black Knight hollow over a screenshot. I think I would too. I think Black Knight base loses here. All right, here we go with this discussion. The USA or Italy loading screen prototypes. I don't even know if there are Italy prototype loading screens. I'm not even sure. I haven't even looked. Like I've said before, I have not bought a single prototype. Wayne was nice enough to gift some to the show, and we're really appreciative of that. That's why I'm doing the giveaway at 1,000. but I have not bought any, so I don't want to like put my foot in that race for those. Um, I think the Italy ones are still cool. I do. They're still prototypes are still rare. I don't think it matters as much. I think that the biggest difference between Italy and USA, in my opinion, was the shards. That was the biggest difference. They looked very different, in my opinion. Um, I like the Series 1 shards. They just look different. The Series 2 and Series 3, I haven't even seen the Series 3, but the Series 2 ones didn't look as nice as the Series 2 USA. So for the prototype being mostly just base, I don't really care. A prototype's a prototype. The USA ones do have like a little bit more like scarcer feel to it based off like how these are coming out. But we really won't know until like we get further into it down the line. You would take a Black Knight prototype over 10 Black Knight hollows? Oh, over a 10 Black Knight hollow. Is there a Black Knight prototype? Wayne, can you confirm? I did see your air assault trooper though. Yeah, all prototypes are rare. Now, I do agree with there being so many prototypes out there, like so many different types. Um, I could see some prototypes being lower scale, right, and coming closer to that Black Knight price. Like the ones like nobody wants. Um, I mean, I think they're still being a couple $100 probably, but I don't think every prototype card is the same. Just like every shard isn't the same. The amount of shards was a difference too, but for me, it was more the visuals. Um, I did think that the Italy shards, like to be completely honest, I thought in the beginning, and I argued this, that Italy shards would be printed less than USA shards. It was really looking that way, and then it just did not turn out that way. Yeah, there's no BK prototypes. You would take which prototype over a BK shard? Now the BK shard 10 is different, guys. What would you trade for a BK 10 shard? That's kind of a crazy question. Um, that one I'm not sure. Yeah, he did say that, and I want to try to if anybody gets any Italy prototypes for free to tell me what you got and all that kind of stuff. I want to try to compile a list. I'm gonna either put it on the forum or I'm gonna make it somewhere on the website. It'll probably be on the forum. But I do want to kind of track this so like the community kind of has an idea of how many prototypes have been discovered. I think that would be beneficial. Of course, eventually we'll get to like graded prototypes and we can use that list. But until then, you know. What's up from my only Twitch viewer here? What's up, special? Yeah, I didn't think were there any legendary prototypes, Wayne? Or were they all like epic and lower? Try to remember if I remember you seeing any legendary ones. I don't think so. I guarantee you Dooley was not involved. I don't know if you should be freaked out. I mean, the only thing I would say is like price wise, figure out what you think it's worth because it's not as like stable. Wayne was very upfront with what he had, right? So like you understood how much to value it, right? When you don't know how much of a product someone has, and their main selling point is that they're scarce and rare, that's where you should be like, okay, maybe I won't spend my money. Um, I have no idea how many he has. I don't think that he's printing them. I know Dooley is US based and this guy's not US based. So I don't think it's the same thing. So maybe I should so should I give my loading screen away too when we hit another maybe I'll give let's wait. Let's give away the first prototype at 1,000 and then maybe I'll give the loading screen away at another number. Maybe we'll do that. Okay, you got about 10 legendary. I haven't looked at the list in a while. Yeah, so for the whole situation is like I get it. I mean, I don't think anybody can tell this guy what he can do. He can sell it for whatever he wants to sell it for. He can do whatever he wants. They're his cards. He doesn't have to tell anybody what he has. Just like I don't have to tell you guys that I have, I don't know, 20, how many do I have? Kunos, right? I do, but I don't have to. Like, I don't know how many Black Knight Wayne has, right? I don't know. I actually don't know what's in Rob's collection, to be completely honest, right? Nobody has, no, as a collector, nobody has to tell you exactly what they have. They're collecting, they're doing their own thing, they're investing, right? Now, when you're selling something that's based on the scarcity of it, you're going to lose out money unless you actually come up front and tell people, okay, this is how much I have. When that's unknown, I feel like you're losing. That's the only thing I'm saying is it benefits him to tell people what he has. If he won't, I'm not going to argue, right? You can either afford it or you don't. You can take the risk or you don't. That's where we should leave it. He said just keep it. I like to give back though, Isaac, So I'm definitely keeping the honey rifle and I'm probably gonna keep knockoffs. So I have 2 more prototypes I want to give away at some point. I gotta share with you guys. Inky Bro keeps inviting me. He wants this 1v1. Why do you want to 1v1 me so bad, Inky? Am I on Fortnite? Why is that popping up right now? I'm gonna decline that for now. Sorry, Inky. At some point, I'm gonna stream and we can 1v1 on stream. I can't 1v1 you and look at all the comments here. That's what I'm saying, Wayne. But like, I don't want everyone to be attacking him. He can do whatever he wants. I also ask that let's like go easy because this is like a fun hobby, right? I get it, money's involved, but let's not attack him and call Panini and try to get the guy fired. He may be acting like weird and all this kind of stuff like that, but come on, it's just a hobby. Let's try not to get the guy fired. I saw some people doing that. Let's take it back a notch, right? It's just let's just try to like keep it all like mellow if we can. I'm not trying to ruin anybody's career or jobs or anything like that over some cards, right? Um, I think eventually, like you said, the dust will settle. I'm going to the national. A few of you guys are too. I'm gonna get these prototypes graded. So when I give mine away, it's already graded. I guess I'll use CGC, but I'm gonna be talking to PSA and SGC when I'm there, and just try to like figure out why they won't grade some of these. You guys know I'm a SGC kind of guy, but I'll probably go with CGC just to make it easy for the giveaway. Yes, he's European. Wherever the factory is, I'm assuming. I don't know too much. I haven't actually talked to the guy. Um, I don't. All right, here's why I don't think there's 15 cases. Now, I have no idea, guys. Zero idea. I'm just thinking logically, right? So, in the US, we obviously didn't get that much, or they got burned or whatever. Italy came after. The Italy cards came after the USA cards came out. For them to print 15 cases of them instead of just like a few test runs, it's kind of, I feel like that's just doesn't seem right. Now, could there be more? Could there be more boxes? Maybe. 15 cases? I have no idea. Could there be more than USA? Maybe. Obviously, the factory still had them because that's where he got them from. It's not like Wayne can go and get more of these. The guy died, left them at a estate sale, then they got bought, right? The ones from Italy are coming straight from the factory, so that he said that they were allowed to take them home or something like that. How many of those boxes or prototypes? We have no idea. So proceed with caution. It's risky. Could have high reward. Could have no reward. You know. So just, I mean, that's all there is to it. I feel like there would be a whole bunch more popping up. Maybe there will be. Who knows? Like I said, I don't have a horse in the race. Um, I know you guys want to talk about that. I was more interested in how you guys value them. For like the US versus like the base cards of other cards. What's going on, Kari? What did the Peely laser go for? And that's what it is, JT. It's a gamble, right? And it's like if you can get them at a decent price for a gamble, they have a cool story regardless. You know what I mean? I still think they're worth more than some of the base and more than the hollow. I mean, let's say for how many skins there are, even if there are 15 cases or whatever you guys are saying, um, they're gonna be super rare compared across the board, right? So at least better than hollows. There may be more at the shop. That's the problem. There may not though. And if you're a collector and you want this in your collection, I was telling Richard like he's a Moisty fan, right? It's like if you want to be the Moisty collector, you'd want that Moisty prototype. So like I have the hunting rifle PSA 10 USA shard, I have the hunting rifle prototype, and I have the Italy shard. So it's kind of that's kind of nice as a hunting rifle collector, you know. 120 for PSA 9 laser, is that what it was? That's not bad. I have not been paying attention to the auctions. Not that much. Especially not the lasers. Oh, it's two Peely 10s. I thought you were saying PSA 9s. That's interesting. Because we were talking about the PSA 10 lasers and how much they would go for. I mean, I guess that is better than the shards are going for right now. I don't know what a Peely shard for Series 3 is going for. You think the numbers are still going to stay low? I mean, if you think about how many skins are in it, it had to be a crap ton of cases, right, for them not to. Yeah, I know. I was just trying to give an example, Wayne, because he was saying Black Knight over prototypes. I was like, but what if it's your PC card? And I think that's what people don't think about. Like we know I don't care about Autumn Queen or Ice Queen, right? But if enough collectors care about those cards, the price could go up, you know. And the prototypes are just like that. If there's only a few of them, those main collectors are going to be able to spend money on those. Or what if you find somebody who wants to do like a prototype master set? I mean, then all of them have to be pretty valuable. Are they easy? Let me look them up. Have a lot been graded for those? Let's see, 2021. We're talking about Agent Peely, or are we talking about? I assume we're talking about Agent Peely. Laser 24, so less than 50%. Less than a 50% gem rate. So pretty decent, right? Compared to like Midas, who is like a crazy Midas laser 31.3. And why is that? Because they're both doesn't have to do with color. They're both yellow. Why is Midas is so much harder? Is it his placement? JT, how many do you have? Do you have a 10 yet, JT? Or are you just still trying to stock up? Because I do have a laser. I'm not gonna fake. I do have an aura laser. I got it for $50. Oh, C10's like the best, I guess. 11 out of 17. Which one's the most graded besides that? Contract Giller. Okay. He gets like 8 out of 11, 10. His is kind of crazy. Good. Midas is like one of like the only ones that are that bad, huh? Spark Plug, 0 tens. The fact that there's more contract gillers than Sparkplug is interesting to me. Agent Peely, of course. Now, when we were talking about the makeup thing, I will say that like Peely's branding is top notch. Like you instantly know that's Peely, right? And like right here, instantly know it's Peely. Like the versatility of it is kind of crazy. But at the same time, Cuddle Team Leader's right in there with the pink. And she does not get nearly as much love as Peely gets for the cards. Her iconic logo there. She does not get nearly as much love. That's interesting. I'll just throw that out there. Y'all gotta give my girl Cuddle Team Leader a little bit more respect. I have a USA Shard PSA 8 of Cuddle Team Leader though, but you guys know I like Cuddle. I mean, they're hard to gem and cracked ice too. Like if you look at her actual card for the cracked ice, I'm pretty sure it's 6 out of 25. I think all of mine 9. I don't think I got a single 10 for Sparkplug. Unfortunately. And I sent in like 10 of them. I'm gonna have to follow suit with what Shardnock did and get some regraded. Like Kuno, 2 out of 32. Yeah, those blues are hard. Yeah, I agree. Cuddle Team Leader is definitely like. Let me actually look at her pop report. And I sold some Italy ones pretty cheap. It's got to be the blues. The blues are. I mean, Shardnock did a whole thing on his Instagram. He did a whole thing on like which ones are harder to grade, and blues are some of the worst to grade. Yellows grade really well usually. That's why there's a whole bunch of auras. Oops, I typed that into the wrong one. My bad. All right, Cuddle Team Leader, 16 total, 7. Like that's low. Like what's Bright Bomber? Only 16 Cuddle Team Leaders graded, and there's 26 Bright Bombers. So Peely, Crystal Shard, 28. Why is Cuddle Team Leader so low? What about Ghoul? Yeah, Sparkplug does have that print line. Elite Agent too, though. I should have looked at Elite Agent. 26. Hey, is Cuddle Team Leader like hard to find? Like she should be graded just as much as all of these guys. And if there's so few of them, her price should be higher. I'm just saying what I think here. There's only 8 shotguns graded. That seems crazy too. I haven't actually looked at this in a while. I'm kind of surprised that Cuddle Team Leaders, like Hayseed, has almost as much as Cuddle Team Leader. That seems wild. Am I the only one who thinks that's strange? What's Elite Agent? Let's look. I haven't looked at Elite Agent in a while. I still don't have a 10 for Elite Agent either. I would like one. I have all 9s. I sold some of my 9s too. Let's see what elite agent is. That'd be pretty low. Ooh, 37 graded, only 610s. Which is actually better than I thought. I didn't think there were 610s out there. What about lasers? 2 out of 14. Elite agent's just hard no matter what it is. You said what? Oh, you said the Cuddle team leaders are all in SGC? I would take a Cuddle team leader in SGC personally. I want more USA ones. Robot search. 2019. All right, Cuddle team leader Crystal. Are you lying to me? There's only Brazil. There are no Cuddle team leader USA shards. Unless you're talking to somebody else, Wayne. Yeah, Drift is another crazy one. What's Drift's one? I'm interested in Drift. Rob's gonna kill me for talking about Drift. No, see, Drift has 25. I mean, he only has 510, so that's super low. But there's 25 of them. Why is Cuddle Team Leader have 10 less shards? They're all at HGA. I don't know if any Fortnite cards are at HGA. I hate HGA, to be honest. Yeah, Ghoul is crazy. Like, I don't understand. Who else is comparable to Cuddle Team Leader? Like, what about Dire? What's Dire at? Even there's more Dire. What about Skull Ranger? There's 20 Skull Rangers. Yo, Cuddle Team Leader is hard to find, guys. With as much marketing as she gets, her pop should be higher than that. Nogops? Yeah, Nogops only 13. But see, Nogops is one of the ones that people might not have graded. I feel like Cuddle Team Leader is an obvious grade. Legendary, like, I don't understand why they would miss it. Nogops, I can understand why they wouldn't miss it. I mean, some other ones I can think, like, I never see it. This is one of the ones I'm looking for as a USA Fable. I never see her pop up. I used to rock Fable all the time. Panda Team Leader. They not type that in. Oh, there it goes. 15. There's no way that Panda Team Leader is up there with Cuddle Team Leader, though. Ideally, right? I mean, that seems crazy to me. Like, who else is comparable? I don't... Like, what about Raven? Because Raven gets marketing just like Cuddle Team Leader gets. So let's see how many Ravens are out there. There's 21 Ravens. I knew Cuddle Team Leader was hard, but I didn't know she was that hard to find. I traded my PSA 9. My only trade I've really done is my PSA 9. What was it? Blue Squire for a PSA 8 Cuddle Team Leader. Yeah, there's like not that much on here. We got this one for 1200. I'm watching it. Let me see. See, like I'm not even mad at that price. I mean, it's not a 10, obviously. A 1, 2, 2 nicks on the back, not a very sharp corner. Like, this isn't gonna 10. If you guys were wondering, I don't think it will 10. Like, I'm not mad at them setting it at like 1200 though, to be honest, because that's like my hunting rifle. But I guess my hunting rifle's graded though. I don't know. There's just not that many graded of her. She's been here for a while too. Are people just not interested in her? I don't know. What do you want for it, Daniel? I'll trade you. Oh yeah, firework. I don't want the firework one. Yeah, trade for the code team leader hollow. Yeah, and I don't even have any hollows. I think I used to. Here's a 9 hollow. I'm waiting for them to take her helmet off. So they did take the helmet off of some of the other skins. Um, so eventually they will take the helmet off. I'm sure they will. And then she might pop up like and become a sweaty skin again. I don't know. Because she's not heavily used right now. 728. Like, she's barely used right now. 0.008% because of how big her head is. Now, if you look at so they took the helmet off of I just don't like fireworks. I don't know. I don't like that. I like Cuddle Team Leader. I mean, some people like fire. Who is it? The people at 1:37 p.m. or whatever their name is. They like fireworks for some reason. So they took the helmet off of the Panda Team Leader, and look how much her usage shot up. Now I don't know if it's gonna stick. We have to wait till next season and see what she does next season. But she went from 900 to 300 in one season by taking her helmet off of Panda Team Leader. I'm sorry, I just don't like the fireworks guy. I'm sorry. I'm not saying he's bad. I just not. Yeah, I don't. It just doesn't hit the same as Cuddle Team Leader for me. Let's see what's the usage. 1,120. I mean, it's just not there for me. It's just not. I mean, I don't know what the pop. I can look at the pop. I also don't like the zombie one either. The green one. Fireworks Team Leader, Crystal Shard, 16. All the pandas are around 16. I'm un-American. Maybe that's why. Am I un-American? Is that what it is? Sorry. Actually, you might be right. You might be right. I've never cared for like American flag styled stuff. So so JT, you might be right. Maybe it's just my taste. That's probably accurate. So don't take my opinion on the fireworks one if you don't want. Spooky. Let's see where she's at. 16 also. Did the same person send all these in? They're all 16 except for one was 15. Except for this one had a huge gem rate. Completing the what is it, the or the team leader set may prove difficult if that was your goal. That was my goal at one point when I first started, and then I just started buying skins that I wear. They all had work. I would not be surprised if they're all of him. I would not be surprised if he has them all. I would not. That would make sense. I'm at the pony with certain cards that I want. I'm just trying to get them. Yeah, I mean, well, some Italy ones pop up. The Brazil ones are difficult because one seller has like all of them. They have like all the packaged ones, and they come with the same rarity, right? So like all legendary come with legendary, all epics come with epics. So it's kind of hard to actually hit. Now there is a pump hollow SGC 10 at a reasonable price, but it's not PSA. So I know how you feel about that. Now, Edward, I mean, the aim is a card that I'm watching. If y'all saw my eBay, I can throw it back up. It was like what I was. I'm not buying anything, so I don't mind showing you guys what I was watching. But like, watch this. I'm like one of those people who watches things and like the seller's getting excited, but I'm not gonna buy it, so don't get too excited. It's like I'm watching this one. It's got 18 people watching it. I don't even buy hollows. It's just I don't have a graded pump, and I kind of want this one. It's at $51 though. I mean, I know a lot of you guys are watching a lot of these auctions. Um, some of them I'm watching just for kicks. Like Bright Bomber will be interesting to see what she does because there's been one for $1,000 on eBay for a long time. She actually looks pretty clean. What about her back? I don't know if that's just lint right there on the card. She actually looks fairly clean from this view. I mean, that's not a bad buy. I need a Bright Bomber. I do at some point. This is another one I'm watching. You were talking about aim. The gold is just super nice for Series 1. I kind of wish Aura was this gold and not the bright gold that she is. You have an aim 10, JT? Here's, I mean, Nagav's got 43 people watching her. I mean, oh, all for all, these cards are, this seller has some pretty decent look. They're not like banged up or anything. They're pretty decent. I'm still watching more of these cards I gave away. I don't even know what I have in here. You guys getting a sneak peek at the stuff that I've had in here for a long time. Oh, here's this one. I didn't even know I had this one in here. A 9 for $4.99. What's the aim at now for the raw? That's not a bad price. My bad. I was trying to buy them too. $51. Oh, that's not bad. That'll be interesting to watch. All right, I'll stop showing you guys some of those. I didn't look at all of them. You guys can find them. Y'all know they're there. I mean, some of them are already doing great prices. I'm interested to see what they do. I feel like for some of, like for me, I know this is accurate because there's some cards I'm watching, and when it's buy it now, I wait. I don't spend the money, and then when the auction comes, you end up hitting those prices anyway. Richard, I can't even guess which one you're going after. I do apologize. I was talking to some people. I was like, "Do you guys want me to create like a weekly listings of what's cool on eBay?" And I got a resounding no. Keep it on the down low. Let us do our own homework. I was like, okay. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. All right. Unless you guys have some other questions, I wasn't planning on to be here more than an hour. It's already 11:20. Rob has been super busy. Hopefully he's here next week and we can do some giveaways or something. We have comic episode coming out very soon with Matt. I'm excited for you guys to see. We do have new comics coming out soon. As JT said last time, it wasn't in the thing that the comic book stores get. Like it wasn't there for their ordering. So who knows when those are going to come? They were supposed to come in the summer, so we're just waiting to see on those. Um, besides that, I'll probably be streaming later if you guys want to stop by and watch the stream. Um, I've been trying to stream fairly regularly, some gameplay. I do delete the streams afterwards so that you guys can easily find the content that you guys want to watch. But if you guys want to come hang out every night, I'm pretty much streaming. I appreciate you guys for hanging in there with me, and I'll catch you guys next time.